Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Brittany and I am the owner of Even If Candle Company. And in this video, I'm going to show you how I made a candle on a budget the first year of business. Stay tuned. So when I started this business, the number one thing I had to keep in mind was cost. What was within my financial means? What made the most sense financially? And what was going to start me off successfully and not start my business off in debt. So after researching a bit, I realized that there were a few tips out there that would help me start off successfully, but not just successfully financially, but also provide quality in my candles and the look of my candles. All of these supplies will be linked in the description below. I do get a small cut of each purchase through those links through Amazon affiliation. So any purchase will help my small business out greatly. I appreciate it. Thank you. So the number one thing that I was trying to figure out was how I was going to melt my wax to make the candle. There's all of these things that you can buy, digiboils and all of these fancy wax melters. But in all reality, when you're a small business and you're a one-man show and you're first starting out in the business, you want to be wise with your spending and do what's most cost effective. So I realized the double boil method was the smartest move for me when I first started out. This method, you need a pot, a pitcher, water, and a stovetop. So all of those things are pretty attainable. So the pot you can get from a thrift store, and if you can, shop within your home and you'll be surprised what you find. That's what I did. I used a pot that was in my cabinet and went from there. So the pitcher that I used is an Eric X lighter pitcher. And this pitcher runs $20.95 on Amazon. This is the exact one that I used when I first started out. It's seen better days, but it works incredible. There's no issues with it. A heat resistant handle. It retains the heat and it melts the wax perfectly fine. If you're looking for a pitcher, then I do highly recommend this brand. It also holds 4 pounds of wax. So depending on the size of vessel, of course, I was able to make 6 candles at a time. So it's cost effective and it also makes most sense if you're trying to get an order fulfilled. Another thing you're gonna need is a spoon. So when I first started out making these candles, I used the white plastic, your typical white plastic spoon that you find in the kitchen. But what I quickly realized was it holds the scent. So if you're making scented candles, which you typically are, the fragrance will stay put in that spoon. It doesn't matter how much you clean it, if you use Dawn, rubbing alcohol, whatever it may be. So I found these spoons. You can get them on Amazon, 3-pack, for I think about $12, $13 maybe. And these have lasted me over a year. So like I said, they come in a 3-pack. I haven't used the 2 other spoons. I only use this one. So they do last a long time, being stainless steel. They're cost effective, they're durable, and they just make most financial sense for me. So obviously you're gonna need a vessel to pour your wax into to make that candle. So what I would do was research and see what showed my personality the most and what showed my style, but was also cost effective. These things can be very costly. So you wanna make sure that you're being wise and you're researching for a bit to make sure that you are getting the best value when it comes to your vessels. So what I found were these amber glass jars. They hold 8 ounces, so it's a good size candle. They come in the clear option as well. So when you're looking at vessels or really anything, when it comes in bulk, you're gonna realize that each item is cheaper the more you buy. But that doesn't necessarily mean that you should buy the bulk just because it is cheaper per vessel. That could be a big chunk of change for someone that is first starting out and that doesn't want to use a credit card and go into debt. So make sure you are doing what makes most sense to you in that time. So another thing that you're gonna need is a scale. You don't want to guesstimate and freehand anything when it comes to candle making because it is a science and you want to make sure that everything is precise and consistent with your product. This scale I found on Amazon for like $8, and I've used it for over a year now. It is accurate and it's everything that I need a scale to do. So when you are looking for supplies, make sure a scale is included in that. Another supply that you will obviously need when making a candle is a wick. There's so many wick options out there. So once you figure out the proper wick to use for your candle, make sure that you do shop around and see what the best price is. I've found that Amazon has really good prices. I've also found a lot of different small businesses might have better prices. It really just depends on what you need and what makes financial sense for you. So you can buy 100 packs, you can 500 pieces. You can find them even 6 packs. I recommend getting, at least 100 if you know already the proper wick of use. If you are testing, make sure you don't go full force and get 100 pack, because that might be a waste of money since that might not be the wick that you need for your specific candle. When I first started out, I did find these on Amazon. These are, I don't even know how to say this, Eufny? I don't know. I will link this below, but they are always in stock and they're really good price. So whatever wick you need, make sure you shop around and do what's best for you and your candle. So speaking of wicks, you will need wick stickers and you'll need a wick holder to keep your wick in place while your candle is curating. The wick stickers that I use, I found on Amazon and I will link them below. So when it comes to wick holders, you will need to get something, whether it's a clothespin, you can find popsicle sticks with holes in it. But what I found that works best for me is these stainless steel wick holders. I love that you can easily clean them. They're durable and they last as long as you want them to. So I've had these guys for over a year. So every supply that I've mentioned today, I've had for that amount of time. So I do stand by all the products that I use, and I can confidently and honestly tell you that they do work and they last. So just because you're cost effective and you're being wise with your spending, it doesn't mean that the quality is not there. So that's why I wanted to jump on here and just show you a few things that just because you're not getting a Digiboil, it doesn't mean that the quality isn't still there. So please make sure that whenever you're looking at any supplies, especially starting out in your business, you are setting yourself up for success. And you're not comparing yourself to a company that's been around for 5+ years. So another supply that you will need is a thermometer. You want to make sure that your wax temperature is where it needs to be. What I use is an infrared thermometer, and these are on Amazon as well, and you can get them for like $20. It won't break the bank, and this will last you for a long time. So what type of wax should you use when you're first starting out in a business? Now, what I recommend is that you know for sure that you want to continue to make candles for a business. So when I first started, I didn't even really know if I wanted to turn it into a business. So I started out with a small amount. I believe it was 5 or 10 pounds of wax, just to make sure that I enjoyed making candles, but I also wanted to be cost effective at the same time. The last thing you want to do is buy wax in bulk or any supply in bulk and not really know that that's what you want to use, or even if you want to make candles for a business. So I do recommend buying a small amount at first just to make sure it's exactly what you want. So in my opinion, the best part in making a candle is finding that fragrance oil. When it comes to fragrance oils, you can spend quite a bit of money per fluid ounce, so make sure that you're shopping around and getting that best value. As I mentioned before, bulk prices do tend to make more sense if you're looking at it per fluid ounce, per vessel, per whatever you're getting. But that doesn't necessarily mean that that's the best move for you at the time. That can be a big chunk of change, like I said, so make sure you are doing what makes most financial sense for you, and that's it. That's how I made candles on a budget for my first year of business. If you guys have any questions, let me know in the comment section below. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.